Start maybe to do some more like cold opens. You know,
Yeah.
you know about those?
Like, yeah.
Not like
So, like,
SNL where it's like live from. It's just more like we're just talking, and then it just kind of eases into the episode.
okay.
All right.
Or like,
Tu-Vie podcast, your TV movie entertainment needs podcast. I am your host, James, and sitting with me, as always, is our resident comic expert, my best friend, my co-host, Colin. How are you?
good, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I. It's been a really weird week for me. I've checked a lot of boxes for my 2024 movies list in the last few days, and one of the first ones I wanted to watch was one that Cameron recommended from when we did our draft episode, which was I Saw the TV Glow.
And how was it?
Really good. There was a scene I was terrified to look at the screen because it got weird because there was like this whole I'm trying to be spoiler free on it, but there's like this TV show that they're like talking about in the movie, and there's a bit where like the show is kind of like the center of the attention of the movie. And there's like one really creepy character in there that it'll forever haunt me. But it was truly well done. And it was a movie that you kind of sit and stare at the wall for a few hours for sure. Um, Not because it was like scary, but it was really because it's the direction that they took to tell this specific story in a very creative way. I really thought it was like a better Bones and All. I'll say that. Yeah, I
Okay.
thought it was really cool. And to get me out of that funk, I watched Sky Pilgrim for the umpteenth time because it's the only way I can feel joy.
I realized the bar is already pretty low when you're comparing it to Bones and All. So,
Okay, I
this
didn't
would be
mean
a
it like
pretty,
that. No, no. I mean, yes, the benchmark is very low for comparing Bones and All, but I mean it's like how Cameron was saying that Bones and All was a like a representation for like for being
gay
gay.
people.
Yeah, for being gay, and this movie is for being transgender and not necessarily taking the leap of transitioning and sometimes the I don't want to say regret, but the inner monologue some people may have felt and do feel when either not making the decision or whatever the case may be. But I googled to understand what the director was talking about, and as much as what's a story about transgenderism and all that, um, the like all that process of it, it was really interesting how they showed it because there were bits of it where now like kind of like on rewatched. I saw those signs much more clearly, and it was a really interesting take, and I really enjoyed it. And that guy that did the lead of the movie, I can't remember. I think his name is Justice Smith. He was also in the Detective Pikachu movie. Uh,
I forgot that movie exists.
that movie's a lot of fun. I feel like people hate on it. But yeah, Justice Smith, he hits so hard in that movie, dude. He did a fantastic job. Truly,
Nice.
truly great. And I also watched Civil War.
Ooh.
That was interesting. I didn't hate it. I liked it a lot. And then I also finished Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage.
All right.
I like Nicolas Cage. He's a good actor, man. He kind of plays that weird goofball really easily.
He, it's a trademark for him to have one freak out moment in every single one of his movies.
Just one for this one is incredible. Where I liked the voice they gave him in this movie because he just sounds like a whiny like nerd the whole time, and it's just so fun. I
Let's
like
be
it.
real. He gave himself that voice.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that was not a direction choice. That was 100% his own because he's not method, is he?
He's not method.
No.
I, I guess the only difference was probably like, I guess Spirit of Vengeance when, because he painted his face like a skull. So
Oh, wait, you're
when
being
they were
serious? I'm
capturing,
sorry. I thought you were just being funny.
mm-mm.
He did that?
And
What?
he did that, but it was for like the special effects, but he wanted to embody, um, the Ghost Rider. I'm not saying that he was, asking everyone, please call me the pawn of Satan when we're on set, but I definitely know that he painted his face
By the
for
way, just
that
for future
movie.
reference, don't Google Nicolas Cage orange face paint. You're gonna get some weird results. Just want to let that be known.
We starts googling Nicolas Cage orange paint's face.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the one where he? Okay. Oh, he just looks like one of the skeleton dudes from the Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, does he have like contacts in there as well?
The complex?
Contacts in his eyes?
I don't see any It literally looks like just like the part of the eyes looks like a black void. Like it looks like there's nothing there. I can't
Yeah,
tell.
I think he put in contacts in there as well.
Wow. And I
Um,
also because I see the head system here because he has the leather jacket that was like looks like it's actually burnt and charred, and I think that's actually a cool step. But they have him wearing like the most best way to describe it is like right here down is like a white face paint with like black outline on his lips and under his nose, and then fully covered his eyes like this, and then around the rest of his head is like the thing that astronauts wear that like go on their head. You know what I'm talking
a
about?
helmet?
No, like the thing under their helmet that
Oh
looks
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
thing that Buzz
Like
Lightyear has
Buzz
that's
Lightyear.
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a word for it. I don't know what it is. And then like all around it is like orange LED lights and like a tube turning it on. That's a weird look, dude.
What sucks is that movie was destined to fail because it was directed by the guys that did the Crank movies with Jason Statham.
I remember the Crank movie
And
being kind of cool.
eh, I mean it's
That's the one where he has to keep his heart
they're
up, right? Or he dies.
there's yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they're cool. I mean, I'm just saying it's like, you know,
it's not
they're
Oscar worthy.
it's not like I mean it's like getting the director of Detective Pikachu to do like a um
Knives Out.
sure, that's a yeah, thank you. I
You're
was thinking
welcome.
of an example and I'm like, I should have thought this through. Um
That's what we do. We make it up on the spot. Let's go. I will say this: the vast difference between Ghost Rider and Spirit of Vengeance is vastly different, man.
yeah,
No, because the
yeah.
no is the second one called Spirit of Vengeance, or was the first one just called Ghost Rider?
First one's Ghost Rider,
Okay,
second one's Spirit of Vengeance.
yeah, I got those mixed up a lot because I wasn't the second one where he uses that like construction like
Hmm.
like earth mover or whatever and turns it on fire.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know if you saw this TikTok. I may have sent it to you, but it's this this guy I follow. He's like Ghost Rider was the most dudest character ever made. He's like, all right, we need to come up with a new character. He's like, okay, imagine a skeleton on fire, and then it's like, yes, and everything else he's on fire, yeah, and he has a motorcycle on fire, and it's just it's there's like Nick Cage, Nicolas Cage. It was so well done. I think it was Tony Steptoe. I think that's the name of his account. He did it so well. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that account, dude. But yeah, a lot has happened this weekend on the topic of superheroes. Joker 2 tanking, man. It's tanking.
Yeah. I'm terrified. I'm not terrified. I had it spoiled for myself and I'm
Yeah,
angry.
you did say that. How did you how? You haven't even seen the movie. It's been out
Well,
for
I
like a
mean,
day.
there was a description of the movie
Oh.
that came out, and then recently I was like, I'm just gonna do some investigating, and then I learned about the movie,
Do you do
and
that on purpose? Because sometimes I want to find out. Like for Doctor Strange, I wanted to find out
no,
a lot.
what happened was that I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts, and I didn't see the title of like the YouTube short. I only saw like there's this like a box with like a description and like a really sad face, and I was like, "What's this?" And
The
I
most
read
the
it.
most Instagram worthy thing to get your attention was a box and a sad face. That's perfect.
Like it was like this guy that was like it's those like they cropped the background out, but they were like, you know, making a face, shaking their head, or you know,
Mm,
and then like the description was the movie and the ending, and I'm like,
wow.
no, come on,
I I will
no,
say this. I did stumble on the ending because I wanted to find out. I purposely wanted to find out the ending because I thought, if Todd Phillips is done with the DC universe at this point, and there's potentially no idea of a third, how does it wrap up? Like this duology, it's got to go off with a bang, right?
it wraps up with Todd Phillips slapping Batman and Joker fans across the dome,
Dude, like he wind up far and just bah. We're not going to talk about it here because I want people to
dude.
actually go see this. But when we go see it on Monday,
Here's the analogy. It's like Todd Phillips. He hands his kids us a puppy, the first Joker movie, and then
oh, don't.
immediately, immediately we're like, oh, I love this puppy. We've
Don't
gotten to know this puppy.
don't
And
say
then
it.
shoots the puppy.
You said it.
Big,
It's a very drastic analogy, but yeah, that's you're not wrong on that one.
and that's no spoilers. Like it's just that you
Yeah,
feel that way.
I don't think Joker kills a puppy in the movie. All right,
No, no, I'm
okay.
just I have to be for people that are listening because you're like, don't say it. I'm like, I didn't say anything
No, no,
spoilers,
I
so
meant don't say, don't finish the analogy. Where I knew where you were going with it. It's rather dark, but very, very true.
yeah,
I mean,
I
it's interesting. It's an
I'm
interesting choice. It's an interesting choice because it's like, why? Because it's like I don't know. I feel like he's trying so hard to make a memorable Joker movie that it is for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying?
like it it comes off as, and this is us not watching the movie. I've done
I've
my
only read it.
research with I've done my research with this movie. Um, I it feels like he was ashamed that he made the first one,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
and
I
like
mean,
there's a quote of him where he's like, "Hey, we're gonna sneak a real movie in this like DCIP," and that's like when I read that quote, I'm like, "But you did with the first one."
I will say this, and I'm not a big fan of the first one, and I felt more confident with the second one because I don't know, some more of the thematic elements and Lady Gaga and their chemistry looked really, really good. But I don't get what he's saying there, man. Because I mean, okay,
Like
it just
it sucks, and
yeah.
also hearing about the musical elements, I was hoping, and I hoped too much
Well,
because
yeah.
apparently with well, we're already talking at this length, but the musical elements of the movie I've heard is very jarring, where like the momentum and pace of the movie is broken with song and dance. So like
Mm.
you're more frustrated and like it just let's let this like pass. Come on, let's keep it going. We don't need to like sing or dance or everything like that like every
So
20
how I feel about
seconds.
regular musicals?
Yeah, I was hoping there would be like a bit of a pass where it's like there are reasons,
Mm.
like
No, I hear it
there
because like
there are like things.
yeah. No, you're saying sorry.
It's like that like Ryan Reynolds when he thought about like that shot for 7 years and it was Deadpool and Wolverine fighting to like a prayer with all those like Deadpools. It's like
Mm.
I imagine I was like, oh, he probably had these like in his head, like there's a reason why it's a musical, and he would have
Todd Phillips,
like
you mean?
a yeah, yeah.
Okay.
um but the biggest thing is just the fact that this movie is titled Joker, but it's really an Arthur movie again, because the first one gets a pass. Like the first movie gets a pass because it's like he's not Joker the entire movie, but he's definitely Joker by the end of the movie. He is full on Joker.
I mean, the ending was. I did like the ending where he's on top of the rioted car and
Stunning.
it makes smile. It's beautiful. And I will also say what won me over for Joker 2 was the lipsticks,
Hmm.
window shot. Perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to, and I would love to see it in IMAX, is that like people say it is a very stunning movie.
Hmm.
Like it's gorgeous to look at.
Yeah.
Um, I just the content within the movie is something that I was a little hesitant about
Hmm.
because I thought that if because they said when the first one came out they were never going to do a second one. So
Oh, how money talks. It's
how
so
money talks,
so apparent.
but I'm so naive that when they announced they're doing Joker Folie à Deux, I thought, wow, they must really have a good story to tell. I can't wait. And my puppy was shot.
Oh
This
God,
is
sorry, I
horrible.
forgot we're back in the analogy. Okay, that was a wide turn back. Because last episode we were talking about how your wild card for the draft episode, which you guys should definitely check out and comment who you think had the best draft. I'm voting myself, but I asked you what did like folia do meant, and I looked it up, and it's delusion or mental illness shared by two people in close association.
Yeah.
That's kind of a neat take because with Harley Quinn already being in Arkham, and then if Arthur kind of going in.
Lady Gaga, great choice for Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I mean I don't hate her as an actress when she's done like Stars Born. She was great in that. I just would have never guessed Harley Quinn would have been Lady Gaga, and I haven't heard the album, but I heard she did make an album that's very Harley Quinn esque a few days ago, like released it.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, I wonder if any of the songs are on the.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
no,
wonder.
yeah, I know about that. One of them, she drops Joker, like a line of Joker, like very Joker, like Harley
Oh,
Quinn-esque,
oh, no, because
yeah,
I know she made
yeah,
it
yeah.
like very as if like if Harley Quinn made a. I don't know if it's not pop, but um, I don't know what kind of
I dig it.
alternative maybe. I don't know.
I
Either way,
wouldn't, I wouldn't know.
yeah, I don't know those things, but I saw a post because in honor of the Joker coming out, IGN posted out the live action DC Joker, as if there's all the other ones, live action Joker films, like Joker films, like the Joker. Okay, I'm saying this wrong. Live action Jokers in DC films. They've rated and shown like a line of score of all the ones that have come out. So like Cesar Romero to Jared Leto to now the Walking Phoenix one.
Oh,
And
Heath Ledger won.
oh, 100%. So I wanted to read it out. So the very first Batman the movie with Adam West and Cesar Romero, 81%, which I think that's a solid start. Because I did like Cesar Romero's Joker for the Adam West Batman. I thought he was a good pair, and I did like how a lot of Cesar Romero's Joker bled into the next Joker, which was Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson's Joker at 77%. That's a really good Joker. I think that's a fantastic Joker.
Hmm.
When's the last time you watched that movie?
It was the Tim Burton episode we did.
You watched it for that one?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good one. I was trying to get to that one. I couldn't get there in time. But that's a fun. I do like that Prince song, Bat Dance. That's a fire song.
You want to hear an under not what's it called? Hot take.
Underappreciated? Oh no,
That doesn't
I
really
like
hit
hot
for
take.
me.
Hot take's fun.
The song doesn't really hit for me as
Bat
much as like
Dance?
it. Yeah, I really wish it. I really wish it does because a lot
Whoa.
of people when they talk about Batman '89 is how good that Prince song is, and it never really did it.
I mean, there was more than one good Prince song, but my personal favorite was Bat Dance. But wow. I mean,
Yeah,
Prince was definitely a unique choice. Getting a Batman movie
yeah,
like that was already crazy. Like Michael Keaton, who wasn't the actor he was now, Jack Nicholson was there, and then Prince. Like,
having
whoa,
Tim Burton direct your Batman movie is already like,
that was a
but
wild
I
shot.
it was a wild shot, but also this is still around the time that like studios, I mean, they're getting their feet wet when it comes to the superhero movies. That's why
Yeah,
like the 2010s or the early 2000s, Zack Snyder was the only one that was doing DC movies or big ones. It's just because, you know, it's his filmography. Like there wasn't too many like,
wasn't no
directors.
Rebel Moon there.
There's the
Ugh.
dude. My God. I looking back on
Sorry, I just
looking back on Colin and
yeah.
looking at me now, you can tell I really grew up.
It's
Not grew up, but like
matured.
I matured and outgrew a lot of outgrew a lot of shit.
Oh my god.
But
It's to
that's
me
gonna be my cross to
the reason
bear.
why it's so funny to me is because like I just recall so many arguments of like, yeah, I didn't think, Man of Steel was that cool. I mean, I thought there were moments and you were like, what are you talking about? Like you would just get so mad. And I loved it. I miss it. Next one up,
Uh,
the next one up on the list for the Jokers is 94% Heath Ledger's Joker for The Dark Knight.
yeah,
I mean, with what was it, like 20-ish plus years of in between movies of like superhero movies, the Joker coming back for The Dark Knight, with the last one being Jack Nicholson, felt like there was maybe as much pressure because they had a chance to revisit the character in a different way, and Heath Ledger set the standard for sure. I mean, as much as Jack Nicholson was a great one for the very first one, Heath Ledger set the tone for what it meant to be a good Joker for sure.
what's crazy is he's also the most out of all of the Jokers. Heath Ledger's is the most comic accurate. If you think about
Yeah, no, I mean, it's, of course, going that sadistic for the Joker in live action is a very hard step to do, but yeah, It's
Like,
good because
it's just
I like how Heath Ledger added his own makeup, his own touches to it. Like,
yeah,
mhm.
and also with the because the only thing that separates him from comic accuracy is the being dropped in a vat of acid.
Okay.
But he's a bullshitter, and he's very prideful
Mm.
with the so like if you make fun of him or like diss him in any way, not any way, but are disrespectful,
Yeah.
he he'll
He'll,
remember it.
yeah, yeah.
He'll remember.
Yeah, he'll come back for your
and
ass.
and then like he falls in love with Batman, and not falls in love, but like
Well, no, I mean
he likes this cat and mouse game with
yeah,
Batman.
yeah. I mean, when I know what you mean when you say he falls in love with Batman. It's more of that
and,
cat and mouse, like you said. It's perfect. Yeah.
and
I
it's
also
always
do like how
profound.
he never told the same story twice. If you've paid attention,
No, yeah,
he's never told
yeah.
a. You want to know how I got these scars? Like he's never said the whole thing accurately. Like one story was different, the other one was different. And I read somewhere that the reason why he did that was to become either more aloof in what he really was and to easily persuade and fear the other, like give fear to the other person, I think. I thought that was
Mm.
a really cool touch.
And there's somebody that pointed this out to me because like like people, not somebody like directly, but I was watching a YouTube video,
Mm.
and it kind of clicked where I'm like, that is true because and like a lot of people, and even myself included, considered Heath Ledger's Joker like an agent of chaos.
Mm.
But this YouTuber was like, the movie even tricked the audiences because in that moment when Joker says he's an agent of chaos, he's still bullshitting. He's not an agent of chaos. He is a man with a plan. Like, he doesn't just do things. He is very calculated. But in that moment, he was bullshitting Two-Face.
Was that the one? No, okay, because that's the one where he was in the hospital, right? When he
Yeah, he
said
was
that.
in the
Okay,
hospital.
okay,
Like
sorry.
he was bullshitting him into
Yeah.
like persuading him into like taking that like leap. And so, like, I mean, in a way, he is an agent of chaos, but like, that's not who he is, and he is a
Yeah,
man with a plan.
yeah. That I still think though, no matter how many times I see it, I think it's hilarious when he walks in Joker and he's wearing the nurse's outfit. He's got the mask on and he sits the tray down and Two Faces like looking at him, just curious what's going on. And the minute he takes off that mask is when he freaks out. I'm like, dude, the makeup didn't give it away. Yeah.
Ah!
Like, dude, the makeup didn't give it away. Like that wasn't like no one wears makeup that this part is completely done in black and the rest of it's white with red picking out. Come on, man.
Dude,
Doofus. What are you doing?
I like how like Joker looked at Two-Face like he accidentally sideswiped his car, and he's like,
Hi.
"Hi,
It's like when like you're in trouble and your dad calls your name. He's like, hi.
hi."
I love that one. I think the age of the internet when that was a hidden meme was perfect. I don't remember what age. I think it was maybe like 2008. Oh no, when did the movie come out? 2009.
2008.
Oh, so then it was probably like around 2010. I think when that started picking back up. Next up in line for the Joker's live action, our favorite, Colin's favorite for sure, Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad at 26 fresh percent. Ooh, what a oh, look, I'll be real. When we were dumb and young and stupid and so not the age of, like
Naive.
logic, naive, that Jared Leto Joker looked interesting. I didn't think it was cool. I didn't think having tattoos, but having damaged on the forehead, I'm like, dude, it was like the Juicy Couture, like juicy on the butt, like sweatpants of the Joker. Like, what are we doing? Like, that just
Yeah.
so
I
funny, dude.
I didn't think like all those tattoos were necessary. I did like this theory that he had the grill because after he killed Robin, Batman left him like after Joker killed Robin, Batman beat the shit out of him and broke his smile, and so he has that there as like a reminder of like why. But it
That's not
also
a bad
like
theory. That's
it's
cool.
not a bad theory, but it's also like muddled in all those stupid ass tattoos. And
I will say the
at
best
that
thing to
time,
come out of that was Harley Quinn's Joker. She stole the show. each time.
Over time, like I'd say that like that version of Harley Quinn has annoyed me so much.
Really?
She's kind of DC's Deadpool.
I don't disagree. They've made her a little Deadpool, but I loved Harley Quinn, Margot's performance of um, Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie because I loved the moment where she's seen the Suicide Squad after after the helicopter. No, after she got pushed out of the helicopter from Joker. Or no, she fell out, and the Joker is gone, and she has like this moment of like she doesn't want to show her weakness, so she's crying on top of it. But then she does the whole like welcome pose thing, and in that moment with her and Deadshot, I thought that was interesting. I was like kind of giving Harley Quinn a character because I feel like everyone only associates her as just a puddin' and like cheeky attitude. But I thought it was interesting giving her a little bit of character because I think Margot was the person to do it.
Margot is the not the but like Margot as a her performance is really fun.
Yeah.
I just think over time, like, and just this is just like a personal
No,
preference.
I hear what you're
Like,
saying though.
you
I
know,
don't disagree.
I like reading so many like Joker and Harley and like them course correcting up their problematic relationship, whether for good or for bad.
Yeah.
Um, she can get very annoying very
I
quick.
can see your argument of it, but I think the Suicide Squad was the cherry on top.
Yeah, that one was because I do like that gigolo scene or
Yeah.
that
Well,
song.
well, yeah, the song
That's
"I'm Just a
fun.
Gigolo," but yeah, it's a
Hmm.
great moment because I didn't I didn't understand at first that the Harley Quinn Emancipation movie, the Birds of Prey movie, that when she was at the police station and she's shooting the confetti bags, I didn't realize that the confetti was actually blood in her eyes.
Was it?
That's what I heard.
Oh,
That because
I didn't know
she's
that.
so what's the word? Like she's so I guess playful with death that like whenever she was actually shooting the shotgun, it wasn't like bean bags of confetti. It was a real slug, and when it would hit the cop, the innard would splurt out, but to her it's like confetti popping. That's what I read. I don't know if that's true.
That really changes that scene so
A
much
lot, right?
because she walked in that makes it worse
A
because she
little
walks
bit.
into a police station and
Yeah.
just starts.
But I don't
That's a
know. But
nightmare.
I never heard if it was like yeah she went the non lethal route and did just shoot beanbags at the cops, or if that
I'm
actually was confirmed. Again, this was something I think I read as like a rumor or like meanings when the movie came out. But I mean, it's not far from an idea.
yeah, but also the ant she's supposed to be an anti-hero in that movie and she just walks in just starts like excuse me Grandma, so you said you would like to report a crime. Yeah, this crime, and just like
Bam.
cats him right in the
Just
face.
yeah. I mean, again, I don't know, but anything's possible. So after Suicide Squad, we go Jared Leto Joker, 68%. Did I wait? Sorry, yeah. After Jared Leto, we go to the Joaquin Phoenix, 68%. The first one was really good, and I'd say a lot of that 68% is from you because you saw that movie like 4 or 5 times in theaters. That first one,
It's I think 3 to 4 in theaters.
yeah, you saw it a lot, and then
It was
I,
a stunning and gorgeous movie, like a very,
yeah,
very hypnotic. Like
yeah.
seeing that on the big screen and hearing the soundtrack is just,
I
it
bet.
hits you.
Did you ever see
And
that when Kevin James had a YouTube channel, he was doing like the mic guy, and it was
he
the
was in the
best.
bathroom stall.
It was perfectly. Just doesn't say a word. He just starts holding the mic. It's perfect. Yeah,
It
no,
is,
that was it was interesting. Interesting enough. And
yeah.
I don't know if this next one counts as the Joker because he wasn't really ever in the movie, but I guess they're associating the deleted scene. So the Batman at 85%
Oh, yeah.
With Barry Keoghan's Joker.
It's at 85.
Yeah, I think because the Batman's at
Perfect.
85. So I think they're just talking about the Rotten Tomato score of all these movies that have a Joker associated. So the first one,
Well,
Batman, Suicide
he
Squad.
was in the movie, and then he was in a deleted scene.
Yeah, but we don't know in the like when you watch it in the context of the movie, you can't tell that's the Joker. It's just a
There you
dude
go.
shrouded. Really?
There you go.
I've been meaning.
It's
Okay.
just like it's so many subtle signs of like his laugh, like you can see
Oh
sort of like his like green hair distorted, like
no, I
it's
gotta
just
rewatch that ending then. I don't remember
yeah,
anything of that.
it's very because like he's very tongue in cheek. He's like riddle me this, like and no, he
I was
goes
gonna
like
say, wouldn't that be Riddler?
he's like no, but he did give Riddler a Riddler, which the riddle's answer was a friend, which is where their alliance would come in like
Oh, that's
later
right.
in the future.
That's right.
But
That dude, that alliance is gonna be
like
awesome.
he refers himself. He's like, we all make mistakes, and some days you're a clown or something like that. He
Okay.
does say
No, it's
clown.
coming back. You're right. That does make sense. And then now the most recent edition, 35% Joker 2, which is slightly higher than the Suicide Squad. So, huh. It's just, I mean, it started off very high and then, like, it started, I think, at 85 with only a few reviews, and then it crashed to 35%.
I in a perfect world, I wanted a sequel where they wanted to tell a story, and I guess they did. But now I want to go back in time and wish my ass off and just because the whatever was left to all of our imaginations for like the ending of Joaquin Phoenix's first Joker movie is light years better than Joker 2 and is more respectful and also an actual film.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
like this is
Come
like
Monday afternoon, we'll we'll have an official formulated opinion. But as of right now, what we've seen,
it truly like it also it's even more comic accurate because you still don't know if Arthur is Arthur because like he's still like
yeah.
he's an orphan but also he finds out he's adopted but he doesn't know what
Well, he wasn't an
whose
orphan.
true
He lived with his mom.
no he I mean he was adopted like he was actually adopted
I
like
thought
that's a
I thought he lived with his mom.
yeah but his mom adopted
Oh, okay. My bad.
and like no but I'm just saying it's like
How
it's
much I
comic.
watched the first one? I only watched it
No,
one
no,
time.
like they had something with that first movie, and it could have just been like a genesis for like a very different Joker, but like he has ties with the Batman.
That was
He's laughing at a joke that he's thinking about, and then it cuts to a shot of Bruce Wayne standing over his dead parents, and he's just laughing his ass off, and she's asking like, "What's so funny?" And he's like, "You wouldn't get it," and then kills the doctor, walks away with bloody footprints, and doing this cat and mouse chase that is both dark but also gleeful, and you're like, "Dude, you cooked, you cooked." All right, hey,
yeah.
hey, hey!
A
Remember when I
genesis for
said that I
Joker
was
was actually that's a great way to put it, because the Joker felt like a really cool beginning for a new kind of Joker.
but just leaving it up to your imagination of like
Yeah.
where this world would go, and then they did it and shot my puppy.
Okay.
They shot my puppy.
We got that analogy is sticking to this episode. We're not bleeding that into the other ones. But I will say this: I did love when the first Joker came out. When the first Joker came
What?
out, I think I came. When the first Joker came out,
You what?
what? When the first Joker came out, I did love the theories of what was in his mind and what wasn't. Like, as we found out the whole relationship with Zazie Beetz was in his mind, and the interactions with certain characters was in his mind, and a certain view on the world was in his mind. And I think one of the things that caught that attention was like when you look at it, like in his mind, the time is still 10:11 all the time. And then when he's leaving the office, it's 10:11. So like, whoa. Like I liked that because I like the fact that we didn't understand what was actually fiction to reality. And I love that. And I liked how we never officially got an answer. Because, like you said, it left it to our own interpretation. And I think when a movie can do that, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they just come in and goes, psych.
I'm not going to reveal the ending, but I was talking to my brother about it the other day. I'm like, hey, because he asked me, he was like, were you planning on seeing Joker 2? We should make plans.
Oh,
And I
if you're
came
gonna go
into
see with
the
your brother, then don't.
no, don't get muddled into the
Okay,
this part. Don't worry about
I
it.
would hate to take away that from you and your brother.
He's on a business trip
Oh,
anyway.
then screw your
Um,
brother. Never mind.
I lost my there I found
Sorry.
it. And I told him what happens with the what happens with the movie. I was like, don't go see it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
This I was mad. And then he's like, wait, why? And then I was like, do you really want me to tell you? And he was
Yeah,
like,
man.
what is it? Something like stupid, like he wakes up in Arkham, like it just never happened. I was like, no, but
If
that
only.
would be
If
better.
only.
If only. Well,
If
that would
only.
be better. That would be better if it was all a
If
dream.
only if it was all in his head. We'll do a Joker breakdown.
We will.
We'll do a
But I
review.
remembered that happened, and I was like,
We'll
what a better ending.
yeah, I'll work on a Joker review once we go see it. Sorry. Uh, if only
He
that was
gets
actually the
amnesia.
ending. And I feel like I hope I don't know. Let's move on to the other topics. So we got news. Yeah, we got news that a new Dick Grayson and Jason Todd movie called The Dynamic Duos is going into the works with a bit of different animation. And I was trying to figure out what it all meant, but how do you feel about that already? Because
I think they're doing Spider-Verse with the stop motion style 2D, 3D animated, like kind of Spider-Verse Ninja Turtles mayhem.
yeah, I
I think
heard
that's what
though
they're
that they're doing like a different kind of animation with it. So it's like something about like puppetry or something. I could be wrong. Hold on. But overall, a Jason Todd Dick Grayson movie in the DCEU, that's a start. Come on, man.
Is it in the new DCU or is it like because I thought it when they
Oh, you know
announced it,
what?
it just
Well,
was
you
going to
know
be
it's
like a
Warner Brothers
standalone.
Animation, so maybe
Yeah.
not. That's my fault. I got a little excited. But what I was James Gunn tweeted out saying, "Over the moon, excited to announce the newest DC Studios Warner Brothers Pictures animation greenlit film for theaters, which is already a good start. Not a direct to DVD sequel or movie.
Make your money.
Yeah, dynamic duo, the story of Robin, or should I say Robins? Clever
Yeah, yeah.
there, as in Dick
Let them
Grayson
cook.
and Jason Todd. The first feature film from the visionary Swaybox, a mix of animation, puppetry, and CGI, a script from the wonderfully talented Matt Aldrich, produced from our partners at Matt Reeves 6 in Idaho. This is something special. Indeed, because we're getting a Dick Grayson, Jason Todd movie, dude.
We're gonna be getting Jason Todd.
And I got a little ahead of myself when I saw Jason Todd and Dick Grayson uh, movie because I thought, damn, we're getting Nightwing and Red Hood in the same movie together, but not
Well, we
really.
are.
But not really. I mean, it's them when they were like younger. Like they weren't. They're not heroes from what I understood. Like they're not the iconic characters we know them as. I think they're just themselves. And the writer Matthew Aldrich, he's done movies like Coco. He did Lightyear, love that one. He did one called The Cleaners and Spinning Man. I haven't heard of the other twos, but Coco, I mean, fantastic enough. What a movie! So
Yeah.
I have no doubt in
Lightyear
my
as
mind.
well isn't
It's
my
fun.
favorite Pixar, but I do think the story that they were telling though was like the
Fantastic.
the first second act where like he's going through time, but also his friend is aging
Oh, don't get me
is
started.
heartbreaking.
That moment where he
So
walks in the office and the music cuts and he has the photo and he puts in the chip and she has the goodbye message. I'm never not in tears. I'm never not in tears.
that movie has grown on me with just time and thinking about it from time to time and going like, yeah, I do appreciate that.
That makes me
And
happy, Colin.
um, but no buts. But
There's no buts because Lightyear was fun. Everyone hated
no,
on
no,
it.
no, no. I'm not about to
No, I
hate
know.
on
You
it
know.
because
You know me and Lightyear. You
that
know
butt
me and Lightyear.
sounded. I
No, I
know
know, but
you
you
and
know me and
Lightyear.
Lightyear. You know me and Lightyear.
Every now and then I like to be a troll and tell you I hate it just to get a reaction.
And sometimes I like
Um,
reminding you that you were a meat writer for Zack Snyder. You know,
I hopped on that like release
free
the
of
Snyder
charge,
cut,
dude.
and I
You know what's
hopped
also
on
funny
that
though? I have to
restore the
remind myself that I was
Cyberverse.
the same way because in my collection of DVDs, I bought the Snyder Cut. I'm no better than you. I just wasn't vocal.
You slightly are.
I was. I was a little bit.
That scene in The Bear where he was like, "You and the rest of your Snyder Cut fans get the I feel attacked.
I love the my favorite one was the Barbie one, where the Barbie was coming to, was like, I felt weirdly interested in a Snyder cut version of the Justice League. It's like, yes, preach. Loved it. Sorry,
Man,
you were talking
just,
about the butt from Lightyear.
Oh, there it just the butt sounded like I was gonna like rebuttal
No,
the
I
Lightyear.
know,
I was
but
just gonna say that like that's pretty good talent.
yeah,
I hope the animation is good.
yeah. I don't know this
Because
animation
I
studio,
don't know
but
how
I'm having hope. I'm not gonna look into their animation stuff because I genuinely want to be like surprised when I see the first trailer, because I think it's gonna be
yeah.
cool.
And I didn't know how I felt about Jason Todd and and Dick Grayson, because they were never,
Yeah.
they were never orphans together in the comics. But I'm like,
Mm. Bless you.
this is better.
Yeah,
Like,
because it could
because it
be a
makes
whole separate
sense.
thing. It's not. It's not. I got ahead of myself, and it isn't part of the DCEU. But I do like the fact that we could get a Gotham Street level movie with Jason and Dick kind of being thieves and stealing hubcaps from Batman's Batmobile and stuff like that.
Or Dick being extra, like, Jason, you stop. He's like, don't
Yeah,
be a wimp, like,
yeah. He could be
and
lookout.
because
Yeah,
in the comics, like when Dick grew up and he left, like Jason was just a carbon copy of Dick, but just rougher around the edges. And having them both, like them changing their origin, but in service of this plot, I'm like, that's
could be
gold,
cool. Yeah,
actually.
and then we
That's
could get a
cool.
sequel with them as the heroes.
Yeah. Like Robins, or however you want to call it,
Dynamic
you know.
Bros.
Okay, you're killing me with that title. All right, Venom, let there be carnage.
It's the Venom Let There Be Carnage of the DC movie titles.
We are Venom.
Dude,
We're Venom.
I don't know why the third one is getting me just a little more excited, because I heard
Yeah,
that Andy Serkis is voicing Null, not Norman Reedus. That's what I heard.
it's weird.
Hold on, let me look this up, because I could, but
Why
of all
would they do
people,
that?
I don't know. I will say this though, of all people, that's not a bad choice.
It's not a bad choice, but you're just wasting Norman Reedus.
Okay, so I think they so Daniel RPK, who apparently is like the most reliable source ever, uh could be playing Null. Maybe they did a motion capture, but the voice maybe Norman Reedus.
Hmm.
And I also heard that Spider-Man 4 rumored title that's like in like the production title,
I was waiting for you to get to that.
King in Black. Come on, man.
That's cool.
This is
I
why it's further, I think, proving my theory that Spider-Man is going to be going to the Sonyverse as a multiverse movie. So he's going to be going into the Sonyverse and battling his version of the Sinister Six, getting the symbiote. It's the only way that's going to make sense. And by the time he comes back, that's when the spell's
I,
lifted.
I heard the opposite from, I
Really?
think it was from Daniel RPK that
Wow.
I also, by the way, if you can hear the dog, I'm so sorry.
I thought someone was just moving a couch.
No,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
Alice. She's freaking out. I believe she's in her cage right now.
Oh, okay.
I just also have to point that out to anybody because I have made a lot of dead dog jokes.
Well,
A lot of them.
you need to check on that dog right now. Are you good, man? Like,
Oh, she's fine. She just is extra vocal and sensitive.
okay. I forgot
I don't know.
the jokes.
And this isn't the first episode either.
No, I know last episode that near the end we heard that dog making whatever that sound was. So, yeah. I don't know what it was.
nature calls.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Uh,
Oh, that's nasty.
but hold on.
Yeah, go check on that dog. Well, while we're taking this commercial break, check out the Tu-Vie podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're listening to it right now, be sure to hit the follow button and comment where you're listening from. If you're whether like an iPhone or Android, I want to see who's more of a fan, whether it be iPhone or Android. And like I said in the past, I want to try and do some more shout outs to other different cities of where our listeners at. So let me just pull up the analytic real quick because we got a lot of good listeners all over. So let's see. Let me pull up the audience. All right. I am gonna do a shout out if I can just pick one. All right. Plano, Texas. What's up? Thanks for listening to the podcast. Be sure to also check us out on TikTok, Letterboxd and Instagram, we have a lot of fun stuff posting out there. We have a random movie quote quiz we do every other week, and we're trying to just grow our TikTok page a little more. We have a lot of fun stuff on YouTube. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. We're right there. So while Colin's fixing this dog, why don't you guys fix yourselves? A couple past episodes of the Tu-Vie podcast. We had the Disney Infinity one that was a few months back. My personal favorite. We have the draft episode from last week. Even a trivia game where I had Colin and Cameron absolutely lose their minds. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the episode.
King in Black, dude. Okay, so real quickly with the so Sony, rumors are coming from reliable sources. I think from Daniel and other people that have had a really good track record. Sony is apparently scrapping their spunk, or however you call their universe, the Sony Marvel universe of Spider-Man characters. And
what the hell are you talking about? I have never heard that. Spunk?
So like that's like, you know how like the MCU, or like you call it like chasm, like people, it's just another way to make fun of like Sony, just because of their like the Sony pictures of Marvel characters. Spunk.
Okay.
No.
Sure. Are you saying spunk or spunk?
Don't get lost in the weeds of this.
Well, because if you're spelling SPUNK,
it doesn't matter.
Okay, sorry. I mean, I'm just trying to get this.
And so they're scrapping the Marvel Spider-Man universe, and they struck a new deal with Marvel, a new contract. So Venom will be coming into the MCU. It will be Tom Hardy's last Venom movie, but it won't be Tom Hardy's last time playing Venom. And
because at this point, if you're recast, it's a bad call.
And this is where it gets a little tricky, and not a lot of people know this. So Spider-Man 4's original plans from Kevin from Marvel was it was going to be street level. The big bad was going to be the Kingpin and other street level crime villains that we've either seen or new faces, including Mr. Negative, Scorpion, what have you. And Mr. Negative was going to be in there.
Did they say who they were going to cast?
Nope, just a character. Just a character. Still a chance to get Steven Yeun.
Oh,
that would be a good pick.
He would be so good.
I can't think of a better character off the dome other than Steven. I can't think of a better character Steven Yeun can play. But for now, like if they ever were, I mean, dude, like he's got.
Since he's not playing Sentry now, yeah, give him Mr. Negative.
And I kind of like the choice they picked for Sentry, because he does look very much like he looks straight from the comics. Like,
I don't disagree, but Steven would have absolutely nailed it. No doubt.
Not disagreeing at all. Not disagreeing.
I would like to see Steven play the Void. I want to see how his bad guy would look.
I think with a range like Steven Yeun, I would want like there to be a character where he can stick around a little bit. Not like pulling a Sony and getting Daryl Dixon to be Null, but just to have him be voiced by somebody else. He already sounds
like that anyways. I'm Null. There you go.
Oh, did you know? Off topic. Did you know Norman Reedus voiced the Punisher?
Oh, hold on.
It was an underground, like it was like when Marvel like animation was becoming anime-ish, and it was like
it for the Super Avengers TV show?
No, it was for
because there's an Avengers TV series that's very anime inspired animation.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It was for a different one. But cool. He was pretty good, and
that grovelly voice gives a very good Punisher.
Yeah. Tom, it's supposed to be by the end of Venom: The Last Dance, either a post-credit scene or it happens in the movie. Null wins. And Eddie Brock has to leave universes. So it's possible Null like tracks down the symbiote into the MCU, which leads into Spider-Man 4. And
because that does make sense. He's a multiversal god. That's the thing I think people don't seem to get, is that he isn't like he's not He's outside of the realm of universes.
Yeah. And also, I don't think listeners know this, but Tom Hardy's Venom grew on me finally. He finally grew on me. He finally grew on me.
Damn, Colin.
I
getting some character growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Season three's been a big season for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, people change. People have different opinions over time.
Yeah.
And I've said a lot of outlandish stuff.
Have you? Have you?
But
haven't recorded any of that.
Sony and Marvel, we have. Sony and Marvel have they were having debates on what Spider-Man 4 was going to be.
Yeah.
And Marvel lost that debate for 4, but not for 5. So
that's good.
Essentially with Spider-Man King in Black, it's their way of not only bringing Venom in, but also getting Tom into the black suit, which will lead into Doomsday Secret Wars and Spider-Man 5, where the original plans for Spider-Man 4 are still happening. It's just not going to be in 4. It'll be in 5. So we will get that street level fight. And to make it more perfect is that we will still be getting that black. It's an added feature where we will be getting the black suit in the original plans for Spider-Man 4.
You think we're going to get another version of Gotta Get That Venom?
Gotta get that King Black.
Gotta get that Venom. Such a dumb song, dude.
I think we'll probably get a Metallica or AC/DC riff of like, dude. But they're
I want Billie Eilish to do a cover.
I'm the King in Black.
She actually made
Venom.
Dying over here. I think Billie Eilish can make that Venom song sound a lot better than it actually is.
I unironically listen to Eminem's Venom.
Okay.
Yeah, unironically.
I believe that. I fully believe
I listened to it in shame, not out in the open. So
in your car with the music down low. All right. Well, I'm
looking around.
So no one can see you. I'm like that with Big Time Rush. Another thing that happened. 100%. I've been back on my Big Time Rush trend, bro. Any Kind of Guy, love that song. I have heard that there's been new rumored development for the Nova series. So don't know how this is going to actually play out because I thought they would have included more for the Nova thing. But again, this is all rumor and this could just be the beginning stage. But apparently, Sam Alexander is going to be the focus of the show. That's what I've heard. Could be rumor.
Nice.
And we're going to be seeing the flashback on how Thanos destroyed Xandar, which I think is really, really cool because I've always been curious about how that could work, what was actually happening. And I heard for Sam Alexander, there's rumored that Xolo Maridueña, who was Blue Beetle, could be playing Sam Alexander. Not a bad choice, in my opinion.
Wait, so Blue Beetle is going to be Nova?
That's the rumor. The actor
I
for
was
Blue Beetle.
Just about to say, right before you said that, I was like, yeah, Marvel's Blue Beetle. They're probably going to go that route. And you were like, actor who plays Blue Beetle's gonna be Nova.
So Xolo Maridueña, I believe I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Xolo Maridueña has been rumored to be Sam Alexander for the Nova series, and I think it's a really good casting choice. But my curiosity is now peaking because I wonder who's going to be playing Alex Rider. If we're going to be getting Nova, it's Alex Rider, right?
I think it could be. I would hope they would get. I mean, he's a great actor.
Not even close to what I thought it was. Never mind.
He's a great actor, but I would want somebody else to be Nova other than him because he's already like Blue Beetle, and I want there to be a little bit of a
Richard Rider. Richard
Rider.
I knew it was Rider something. Okay, sorry.
Because I was trying to remember that panel where Gamora's kissing him. She's like, "And you're the sexiest rocket," or like human rocket or something like that. Because Nova's referred to as the human rocket, and and they had a relationship.
I was thinking of the raccoon for a second. I forgot. Sorry, that was a little. I was like, "What does that mean?" Okay, sorry. Whew. Proceed.
Thank you. I was trying to think of that panel, but that actor who plays Sam, not Sam, Blue Beetle. I would want somebody else,
really,
and maybe someone a little bit younger.
He's pretty young. I mean, he looks younger than then I would like. I think he's perfect. His Sam was
Whenever
like in the 20s or early, like late
whenever I
teens.
read whenever I read Nova by Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness, like he always looked like, in his like young
He
teens,
he did look like
you
on the
know.
younger teen side, but I guess maybe this could be a more established Nova. So he's grown up with the Nova like helmet and everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that casting. I don't hate it. He's a very charismatic, very fun actor to watch, and
I like
has
him.
gotten great success and well deserved.
I like
I
him.
just have to I have to sit with that one. But I'm getting lost in like the rumor of the casting.
I know, and it is a
Seeing
rumor.
the
I don't know if it is because apparently the screen testing for the Green Act can't talk. Apparently, the screen testing for the actors for the Green Lantern series has officially arrived, and there's two in the running.
ooh,
And the guy that did Rebel Ridge, he could be the next Green Lantern. That could be awesome. He was great.
Hal or John.
I'm assuming it's depending on who's casted, Hal or John.
Oh no, I'm just saying because like it's supposed to be a Hal and John movie
Oh, so then I guess is it
or
a movie or
show
show?
or
So I
something.
guess they've officially
It's
narrowed
like
it down
Space
to the.
Cops.
Oh, that's right. It was supposed to be like True Detective. So I guess they've narrowed it down to the Hal and the John.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about like Hal being so old, but I think the route they're taking, and
Yeah.
I another person pointed this out to me that we could always get prequel young Hal,
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't disagree.
but I like the idea that maybe Hal is sort of taking this guy under his wing at such an old age that like,
Yeah, that could be
he's
cool.
like, he could that the John character could be the next protector for,
And that
because
would just
there's
be awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I wanna let James Gunn and everybody else cook in that studio
Is this
because
established in the DC universe? Like this story?
of what?
The Green Lantern Corps. Is that established
Yeah,
in well, I know because I know Guy Gardner is established, which means there is a Green Lantern Corps and Chip maybe making a cameo in Superman. I'm just curious about like how far along or what part of the DC.
there are a ton of Green Lanterns of Earth, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kyle Rayner, Hal
Yeah.
Jordan, John Stewart,
Guy
Guy
Gardner,
Gardner,
Batman.
like, and everyone's worn the Green Lantern ring. The Green Lantern ring is the
It's
Thor
passed around like a
hammer of
yeah.
the DC.
It's passed
Yeah,
around
dude,
like a
it's
cheap whore, man. It's just going
like
everywhere.
a blunt rotation,
Alfred even got it in the Absolute comics, man.
dude.
Which I mean, that suit was kind of fire with Alfred wearing it.
It's DC's herpes. Everyone gets it at some point. And I did
Green
see
Lantern
that
ring, Green
Alfred.
Lantern ring. I got it. I know. Damn it, dude. I mean, I know what I said was a little rough, but nailed it.
Kobe.
Okay. I will say this though, Alfred getting the Green Lantern ring was a sick choice because as much as I
Was
don't like the full idea of the Absolute universe right now, I think it's interesting creating a DC universe built on Darkseid energy rather than Superman energy because that's kind of the whole point of the original DC universe is that it's focused around Superman. So Batman having an axe blade as his logo in his chest,
dope.
it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool when you think about it, dude. You
Yeah,
know?
the writer Scott Snyder came out about like the Absolute Universe, and he says that and he it was really inspiring. He says that everything that we're doing, and I've seen from other stories, but the story that I've been wanting to tell for years of just, it's a love letter. It comes from the heart, and if some of the stories don't work out, I'll take full credit, but we're all having fun here, and it's just a full, like, it's a labor of love that they're doing, and
That's good.
they're still staying true to the core of the characters, but just with mild like adjustments. But
Mild. I mean, this Batman has no money, no parents, no mansion. He's just a big hulk of a dude that
he
can
could earn it.
mess you up with his cape.
Yeah, yeah. I I wonder the trajectory they're going with it.
Yeah.
That like it's like it's one of those like he's gonna earn that wealth, he's gonna earn that money, like he's gonna
You
earn
think
the
he ever will? Because if it's a dark side based universe, I would say that Batman never earns his wealth.
well, no, it's dark side caused,
Yeah.
not like like
It's not
it's
like
not like
Apocalypse.
it's not like evil like
Yeah,
universe. It's
well,
just
'cause that's what I heard was that it was like an absolute opposite of these characters. Like how in the normal DC universe, it's built around Superman energy, which is why commonly it's the better version of these characters. That's why we
I
have these
understand.
characters.
I understand. I gotta read it.
I mean, yeah, I've been meaning to read it too.
I
It
only
looks good.
it looks I'm really excited for, and I love Scott Snyder. I've tried to read everything that he writes. His Batman run, from the Court of Owls to Death of the Family to, like, he is the modern day Batman writer. Like he is, if Brian Michael Bendis is to Peter and Miles, then Scott Snyder is to Batman.
And
And
is
he
there any
also,
relation to the Snyder?
no, just happened to be
Okay,
named
because I was
both
curious.
Snyder. No, but hey, we should have got Scott Snyder to write and direct the DC. That would have gone better, actually. It's
Yeah,
like it's
man.
like it's like good angel, bad angel.
You devil angel on the shoulder. It's
Yeah,
like,
and not to
hey, I'm writing a cool Batman series. That's the absolute opposite. The other one's like slow mo of Superman's abs and Batman killing.
Batman could get a movie.
Okay, all right. What?
That's a direct quote. That's a direct quote from Zack
What?
Snyder. Swear to God. Yeah, he's like
What does that
he said
even
that,
mean?
like,
What does that even? How does that even? What?
he says that, like,
I
Bruce could go to prison and
I'm good.
like he
I'm
could
good.
get.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. That's awful. Uh, okay. Uh,
I didn't even make that up.
I know that's just bonkers. That's a real person said that. Rumor. I don't even know if that's even true. Allegedly
No,
said
it's
that.
true. It's a
I'm
direct
just gonna say
quote.
alleged. I don't want to get sued. Have you been watching Agatha all along?
No, but I've seen screenshots and I know it's
Dude,
been.
get on it. It's really cool. I mean, really cool. Yes, is
I,
it?
I I've
It
been
is a
thinking.
yeah. It's
I've
not
been
the
thinking about it. I've been
it's not
thinking
like the
about
most perfect show, but I think for the tone they want to take, like going the supernatural route, going the darker route, and exploring the more, I would say, evil side of the MCU, yeah, that's the way to do it.
it. I probably want to wait until just to binge it with Emily. I
That's all
I
right.
don't I I don't want to, like, watch it like week by week. I because I'm still not, like, entirely sold of, like, watching it. Like, if I think I don't know if it's necessary for me,
I
because
don't. I think. Okay. Here's the thing. I've been thinking about really hard. I think that this show is absolutely necessary to the future of Marvel because there are some characters and there are some events that I think will happen because of this show. And let me explain. So, the purpose of this show is that Agatha wants to get her powers back, and so do all the other witches in her coven, because over time they either were blocked for some reason, but mainly because Agatha lost her powers from the Scarlet Witch's spell before she died, and or allegedly died. And uh, the thing is that we find out how Agatha got the Darkhold, and it's very similar to how she got it in the comics by selling her child's soul essentially to Kython, and Kython might be making an appearance too. But apparently that's the whole thing. We even got an official Mephisto name drop, by the way, like legit,
oh shit,
like
really?
100. Yeah, it was one of the witches. They were talking like, what happened to Agatha's son? Like, I don't know. People say that he's still alive. Could be, roaming free. Could be a demon, or it could be, or an agent of Mephisto. I'm like, what? Like legit agent of Mephisto.
That's
Let's
cool.
go. Super cool. And we also know that there are other characters that have run-ins with Agatha. So one of those characters we got introduced recently is Clea from the Doctor Strange movie. And so Clea and Agatha have faced each other in the past. There have been times where in the comics Agatha has like kidnapped people, like heroes, to gain their soul and to potentially get the Darkhold back on a different like astral plane. They have their confrontation, and Agatha ends up back in her body, causing an incursion. My theory: when Agatha gets her new powers back, essentially getting a new Darkhold, Clea is going to try and intervene, and the beginning processes of an incursion will begin. Not on their world, but all over, because the Witch's Road is set in a whole different realm. And I think there's going to be something going on with Mephisto or something happening between them, and it's going to cause a ripple effect on the whole multiverse, causing incursions. Agatha will get her powers back, become more of a villain, and Clea needs more help to stop the incursion and Agatha, which is why she goes to Doctor Strange. That's all I got right now. All I know is I have a firm belief that Clea is going to make a cameo.
And are we, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
Are we, who's that guy that's like, my wife? Borat. Are we still getting
Sacha
that actor
Baron
to play
Cohen.
Yeah, Sasha. Is he still going to play Mephisto?
I don't know. That was a big rumor. We haven't met Mephisto in the show. There's just been a name drop.
Yeah, I hope we get Mephisto and like him in that like red suit.
Ugh.
You know, the
long flowy one with him on the throne.
Oh no, like him with like the Las Vegas attire. You know, that aesthetically would like go well with like Mephisto now, where he's like he's a scumbag.
But they may do the one where he's on the throne and it's like the long flowy red cloak.
I would love to see that too.
With like the pointy part of the I would like to see that more, because that's what I think when I think of Mephisto. I don't think of
my witch.
Yeah, man. My witch. Yeah, that's. And to wrap it up here,
dude,
we're gonna wrap it up on a better note than my witch. That's not how I'm refusing to end it like that. Phineas and Ferb revival is happening next year. That was announced like I think a year and a half ago, and they've officially completed the first episode.
So are they gonna be older?
I don't know. I think it's literally like picking back up where the show ended.
Oh,
and I never did
watch.
Be older. Probably. I don't know, man. Because I know that in the photo that they posted with Dan Povenmire, the creator and writer and voice of Doofenshmirtz, there was in the background an animation reel where it was in front of a school. It was like a title card and then a school in the background. So they could be going to high school now, because I think that's where the show ended up, where like them growing up and going to high school, right?
I thought it was them going to college.
I don't know. Maybe it's
I guess could be their kids.
I don't know. Like could they be doing inventions in school now? Like could they be part of like a robotics club or something? I don't know.
That would be
because
cool.
It's no longer summer. Oh, they're out of summer and now they're going
back to school. Oh, they could do a riff on the song. There was 104 days.
Maybe. Oh, if they do, there was 104 days.
Oh, their Candace could be like a teacher, like Ferris Bueller, you know?
That'd be really cool if Ferris Bueller-esque Phineas and Ferb. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I liked the show growing up, so I'm very curious to see if it'll hit the same way.
It will.
Probably, because they have everyone essentially coming back. Dan coming back to write, and the guy that played Swampy, I think, is also coming back to write. He was a big writer on that show too. So I don't know. I'm excited for it, and it was a lot happened this week, man. A lot. I would seriously recommend going watching Agatha All Along, and that'll about wrap it up here. If you guys did enjoy it, like I said before, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even iHeartRadio if you get your podcast there. We have a lot of fun episodes coming out. We're finally in spooky season. Finally in October. That means very soon we have our Halloween episode coming up. Super excited for it. Coming up in costume. At least I will. You guys probably won't. But,
I'll try.
No, it's all right. It's fine. We forgot to do it last year for the John Carpenter episode. Totally flubbed it there. But I do have something in mind for this year. I'm working on it. The costumes are encouraged. They're not recommended.
No, they're encouraged.
They're encouraged.
They're just not required.
Yeah, there's the word. Required, not recommended. My bad. Either way.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Super excited for it.
I was like, what?
Yeah, no, that's my fault on the verbiage. Check us out on TikTok, Letterboxd. Love it too. Check us out on TikTok, Letterboxd, and Instagram. We have a lot of fun posts there. Check us out also on YouTube. We are that close. I don't know if you're an audio listener. My fingers are very close to each other. to 500 subscribers. We're trying to get there by the end of the year. So help us out there. Check out some more videos. Also leave a comment on what you guys want to talk about more. We'd love to know. Thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
A witch.